The 5 key things that you need to know about Mitt Romney. Number 1, on unemployment. His take is that the private sector is the one that can really create jobs. He's willing to turn that 7.8% unemployment figure by creating tax credits and concessions for businesses and segments that go out there and hire. On the outsourcing front, he's pretty clear. He doesn't want to put the jobs out across in other countries, but he is not quite close to it as much as Obama has been. An important part about his unemployment solution is that he wants the private sector to be empowered, because he feels that manufacturing and services jobs can only be created by private companies, not so much by a government interference. A typical capitalist talking with his capitalist hat on. Number 2 is the fiscal deficit to be watched. Now, what's coming up in January is a fiscal cliff, a huge austerity plan that will involve $600 billion of cutting down of public spending on many sectors. That's something Mitt Romney is completely against. He wants to reverse that and ensure that there is no austerity measure undertaken. Instead, he believes he wants to streamline the way public spending is brought on track, and is looking at some of the other aspects of it, whether it's public spending in terms of infrastructure and ports, and this is something Obama has mentioned. But I think one key difference between the two of them has been the turnaround on the austerity plan. Romney doesn't want to go ahead with it, and Obama has been talking about it in a big way. Number 3, and this is very critical as well, trade. How will trade be increased? From a China point of view, China is a currency manipulator, and Mitt Romney has gone through all of his debates at all points in his campaign talking about that. India seems like every candidate in America has been fairly warm to a country that doesn't give them too much trouble. But yes, could India be a huge deterrent when it comes to trade against China? I guess the answer there is pretty much no, because India, everybody knows, is a huge market, and both Mitt Romney and Obama have been talking about how they want to reach out to the market size of both China and India, not so much meddle with it. Outsourcing remains a sore subject, but yes, as far as trade overall is concerned, India would feature in a good way, and outsourcing would probably be a temporary rhetoric. Look at regulation. Now, that's another important issue. Wall Street, the Frank Dodd Act, something that's been watched out for. Obama is very pro that act, but Mitt Romney has just not been. He wants to change that. He does not want Wall Street to remain clamped down. Again, a capitalist talking, but an important part around that is that he wants it to be streamlined in other ways. He doesn't want to go ahead with that act, which essentially ensures that consumers and large financial institutions do not have a very complex relationship. They do not get cheated with large number of complex products. That is Mitt Romney's plan, to take away the Frank Dodd and come up with something that's more diluted, probably a little more mellow and pro-Wall Street. Final point to be watched out for as far as Mitt Romney is concerned is going to be foreign policy. We're looking at number 1, China, again the whole currency manipulation thing, but yes, he's going to watch out for how much trade America does with them and boost exports, American exports in these markets, something I think every candidate has been somewhat mellow around. But I think an important part about foreign policy is that America cannot go away from what has been a stated policy as a country, and that's where Mitt Romney will probably sound a lot like Obama. When it comes to Iran, sanctions are on. When it comes to Syria, it's pretty much clear that there will be interference. When it comes to defense, there is pretty much a lot of clarity. There won't be a significant cut on military. With these 5 points, I guess it gives you the big picture as I report from outside Mitt Romney's headquarters in Boston about what he really stands for.